Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing my January TBR. First off, how wild is that? We're about to be into our brand new year of 2022. I feel like 2021 just went so fast, and now we're already starting another year, and I don't know if I'm ready for it. 2021 was quite a wild ride, we'll say that. Lots of things happened in the past year, so I'm looking forward to starting a new year and starting a new TBR. And yeah, so I figured in order to start off the new year, why not start off the new year by catching up on a lot of things on my backlist? So I'm going to try and do a lot of books that are on my Netgalley TBR this month, and then a couple other ones. But of course, I need to draw one pick from my TBR jar because I really want to keep getting through these. And as you can see, I haven't put any new ones in here since I've made this jar, but there is still a whole bunch. And so I really need to go through the TBR jar. So I'm going to pick one out and I'm going to keep powering through this thing. Let's dive into it.
This one says,
Destroying Their God. So I will be right back. I'm going to go get that. All right, so I found it. This is Destroying Their God, and it says, How I Fought My Evil Half-Brother to Save My Children. So this was sent to me through my blog a long time ago, and so this is the one I will be reading for my TBR jar this month. A brief summary on the back. I'm not going to read the full summary because there are some trigger warnings in there, so I'm just going to read the back. In 1991, Wallace Jeffs was coerced to become an FLDS polygamist. In 2011, Wallace rebelled against the sect and the FBI helped him reclaim his kidnapped children. Then an accident put Wallace into a 45-day coma. That's all I'm going to say because that's all the little blurb says before it gets into a lot more details. This sounds very intense. I'm starting off the new year with a book that seems pretty heavy, so hopefully it's decent. I know I have not had the best luck with blog books lately, but we'll see how this goes. Then I will be reading an ARC that I have, and that is The Darkness Outside Us. So this one has been on my ARC shelf for a while, and I'm really excited to read it. I'm going to be reading this as part of the Phase and Gaze book club, so I'm pretty pumped. So this one's essentially about two guys that are sworn enemies, but they're sent on a rescue mission together, and so they end up having to work together to save, I think the main character is named Ambrose, and they're trying to save his sister. But on this rescue mission, they also woke up on the ship not remembering launching the ship. They have noticed that there have been strangers on board that should not have been. The ship's AI system is voiced by his mother. And so there's a lot of things going on in the background that we don't know about and the main character doesn't know about. And so they have to discover as they go. It seems like it's going to be a dark, mysterious, space thriller. And so I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one, and we'll have a discussion on this, I believe, in the very beginning of February. So keep an eye out for that. Next up, I'll be reading Cast in Firelight. This has been on my Netgalley TBR for probably over a year now. I have been really bad at getting to my Netgalley books, so I'm excited to finally jump into this one. So it says, Audra is the royal heir of Belwar, a talented witch on the cusp of taking her royal ceremony test, and a girl who just wants to prove her worth to her people. Jatin is the royal heir to Nippur, a competitive wizard who's mastered all 9 colors of magic, and a boy anxious to return home for the first time since he was a child. Together, their arranged marriage will unite 2 of Wickery's most powerful kingdoms, but after years of rivalry from afar, Audra and Jatin only agree on one thing. Their union will be anything but sweet. Only Destiny has other plans, and with the criminal underbelly of Belwar suddenly making a move for control, their paths cross, and neither realizes who is the other, adopting separate secret identities instead. Between dodging deathly spells and keeping their true selves hidden, the pair must learn to put their trust in the other if either is to uncover the real threat. Now Wickery's fate is in the hands of rivals. Fiancés? Partners? Whatever they are, it's complicated and bound for greatness or destruction. So this actually sounds amazing. I don't know why I have not picked this up yet because, yeah, that synopsis sounds really good. So this is a fantasy duology. I believe the second one is actually already out as well. So if I really like this first book, then I'll definitely probably look for the second book in stores and maybe pick it up. And then, of course, I'll have to buy the first book in hardback because I'm not going to have two mismatching books. Like, I'm not going to have an ebook and then one physical copy of a second book. So, yeah, we'll have to see what I think of this book. I have really good feelings of it going into it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I think it's cool that they like are pretending to be different people so that each other doesn't know whose identity is what, even though like they're kind of betrothed to each other. Like it sounds like it's going to be a really fun action-packed book. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm also going to be reading City of the Uncommon Thief. And I don't really want to know too much about this one, so I'm only going to reveal to you guys like the first line. And it says, a dark and intricate fantasy, City of the Uncommon Thief is the story of a quarantined city gripped by fear and of the war that can free it. So that's all I really want to know. Like, I don't want to know too much more going into it. I think it sounds really cool. It's another like bigger fantasy book. And so, yeah, I'm starting off the new year with some different genres. We got sci-fi. I don't know what the Destroying Our God one is. I don't even know. I hope it's not real life because like from what I read on the back, it sounds very, very heavy. And so hopefully it's fiction, but maybe it's nonfiction. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, so I got sci-fi, nonfiction or fiction, fantasy, more fantasy. It sounds like it's going to be a good start to the year, hopefully, crossing my fingers. So yeah, that's another one I will be reading that's on my Netgalley TBR. Then we have The Electric Kingdom. And so this one was kind of sold to me a while back when I initially got it on my Netgalley TBR because they said it was like a post-apocalyptic book that mixes Station 11 with The Fifth Wave. Now, I haven't read Station 11, but I have read The Fifth Wave, and I did really enjoy that series, although I know a lot of people didn't enjoy that series, but I personally thought it was pretty good. So this one mixes those two, and so that really intrigued me and like made me want to know more about this book. So the little blurb says, when a deadly fly flu sweeps the globe, it leaves a shell of the world that once was. Among the survivors are 18-year-old Nico and her dog on a voyage devised by Nico's father to find a mythical portal, a young artist named Kit, raised in an abandoned cinema, and the enigmatic deliverer who lives life after life in an attempt to put the world back together. As swarms of infected flies roam the earth, these few survivors navigate the woods of post-apocalyptic New England, meeting others along the way, each on their own quest to find life and love in a world gone dark. So that sounds pretty cool. I really do like survivalist / post-apocalyptic like stories. So I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I am really looking forward to finding out where these three characters' paths take them and how they deal internally with what's going on in the world around them. I mean, a lot of us are kind of going through something similar. We're in a pandemic right now. And so everybody like deals with struggles in their own way. And so that's going to be interesting to see how it's conveyed in this book. But yeah, I think it'll be an interesting read. And then my last one, I'm only going to try and read like 6 books because I feel like 6 is a realistic number for me. After setting so many TBRs for myself, 6 is usually the number that I hit, or like 5. I don't often hit more than 6, and that's just me knowing my own reading speed. So I'm going to aim for 6 each month. But this one is The Gilded Ones. I'm sure many of you guys have already heard of this book. It's been out for a while, and like everybody and their grandmother has talked about this book. But I'm finally getting around to reading it because it's been on my Netgalley TBR for a very long time. So I'm going to check that one off and move it off the list once it's read. So of course, this is another fantasy book. This one is about people who, when they have gold blood, it's kind of signified as like impure and they're killed. And so I think everybody gets tested to see what color their blood is. And the main character ends up getting tested and has gold blood. But before they can like take her and kill her, I believe it's the queen gives her an offer to come into her like royal guard and train to be like one of her royal guard. And so I would take that option too because it's live and be a royal guard or die. So I think she takes that option, and then so this is gonna be kind of like a school setting, but she's also, well, it's not really like a school, but she's like training at an academy to be one of the Queen's Guard. And so I think that sounds really cool. Like, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope I'm not like butchering that synopsis, but this is what happens when I try to give you guys a synopsis without like just reading it to you. So hopefully that makes sense. But I'm looking forward to this book. I think it sounds really cool. And I do really like the school slash like training mentorship tropes. So I think that it's going to be something that I enjoy. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And those are all the books that I'm going to be reading in January. There's only 6 of them, so I should be able to do it. Although a lot of them are like bigger fantasies. I say bigger. Bigger is like 400 plus pages for me, which is not that big. I know. But for me, it is. So yeah, we'll see how I do with this TBR. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know if you have read any of these books, because I know a lot of these books, since they're on my backlist, have come out a while ago, so you've probably already read a lot of these. But yeah, let me know if you read them and if you enjoyed them, or let me know in the comments down below what your favorite book is that you're looking forward to reading this month. Because yeah, I want to know about new books coming out too. I'm also going to have some videos coming up where I talk about my best books of 2021 and my worst books of 2021. So keep an eye out for those, because that's going to be really fun to like go through and like kind of reflect on the year. I might also do a reflection video where like I talk about how I thought the year went reading wise and maybe like my future goals for 2022. So yeah, I have a lot of different videos planned for January. I know I took like a little break over the Christmas holidays, but that's because I was spending lots of time with family. And so I took a little break, but I deserved it. I worked my butt off this past year on BookTube. So yeah. Anyways, if you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Coffee page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as linked by my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Mondays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.